Hey, alrighty, guys. Brown Sky, Dave Green, AFC Northerners. How y'all doing? Um, Couple of things. Finally, the NFL has come to their senses and realized that the NFL draft should be held where football actually started, in the Midwest, Ohio. Nicely done. Nicely done. I realize that you guys kind of shifted or shafted us a couple of years back when we applied because we did it in conjunction with the Pro Football Hall of Fame. They were not part of the bid this year, and you guys awarded it to the city. It does many things for the economy in a quick boom. But the one thing that it does do, and that should expand the course of one weekend, is show people how close the Pro Football Hall of Fame is to the Cleveland area, and how important football is to the whole region, actually. The Michigan area, the Pennsylvania area, Ohio, Illinois, Indiana. It is the birthplace of football. So I think that the Hall of Fame, or that the NFL draft should be held in these areas. It should be awarded to cities like Cleveland. It should be awarded to cities like Pittsburgh or Cincinnati. It made no sense why they insisted that New York is the place that it should have been for so damn long. I love the fact that they're now moving it from city to city on a yearly basis. I love what Nashville did this past draft, and how they showcased their whole entire city and how they just shined. It was really very impressive of Nashville, and it was very nicely done. Kudos to the city of Nashville and the surrounding communities in putting on an amazing display of what the draft could be like when it's held outside of those big markets. With that being said, man, I know I'm in LA right now, but I definitely intend on being in Cleveland for the draft, like in 2021. That's going to be outstanding. And the other thing here, how much is enough? How much money is needed to spend to put a winner on the field? I think on paper right now we have a winner on the field. I look at the money that would be needed to sign a guy who just got released for another defensive lineman that's bounced from team to team, who's apparently in France signing his new contract with the Buccaneers. I don't think Gerald McCoy's worth it. Fiscal responsibility clearly outweighs the ability to sign another guy at a max amount of money. I just don't see McCoy worth whatever money outside of anything close to $2 to $3 million a year. So Browns, I'm just begging you. Don't blow the cap space. You did the interview. Let this guy go on. Let him go on down to go on out to Baltimore's old team, the Colts. Get himself an interview there. Let him go on down to Baltimore's new team, which is our old team, the Ravens. Get an interview down there. Let him go on down to Cincinnati. Get an interview on down there. Let this guy realize that if he wants to win a championship, none of those places are the place to go. He needs to but realize that he can't command that type of dollar. We're not fiscally in the position to spend that type of money to get a guy like him. Plain and simple. We have $33 million in cap space at this juncture. We have zero backup quarterback. We are going to start a second-year guy in Corbett at right tackle. And who knows? I know we addressed the issue by signing Cush and getting another guy in the draft, but I'd rather, if we are going to spend that $33 million on something, go get those pieces and put some sort of depth in those positions, as opposed to adding more depth on a defensive line that's already stacked to the gills. It's all I got. I just don't really. It doesn't make any sense to me. I unless they can get him on the cheap. Okay, if he costs more than a couple of dimes, then nah. I'd rather hold on to our dimes, man. Fiscal responsibility is the best way to go in this situation, especially when you look at Mr. Dorsey's track record of spending from his days in Kansas City. We're very blessed to have the analytical guys still in place to kind of control that spending that could get out of hand with this team. Let's just see what we got on paper, see how we perform this coming season, and then we'll have some cap space next year to go ahead and address the needs that definitely come up as glaring holes. I do trust in Dorsey, but we're getting really close to that line, cap space line, and getting a little nervous about the spending habits that we're seeing happen right now. With that being said, everybody have a great holiday weekend. During your celebrations, I have a friend that posted it pretty darn good. She said, say a prayer for the ones that aren't here anymore that gave everything for this country, for you and I. So yeah, just during the middle of your party, give a toast to those gentlemen and ladies. With that being said, go Browns.